Let's get started with the admission process. So first and foremost, we do a holistic review of every student that applies to Colorado College, meaning we're not looking at just your GPA or just your test score when making admission decisions. We're looking at the entire picture and everything that's in your application to determine your fit at Colorado College. The first thing we do look at is your transcript. We want to see how are you performing within your core courses within the context of your school environment. Now let's break that down. What do we mean by core and context? We want to see how are you performing in things like English, math, language, science, these different skills that you're going to bring to the classroom just about every single day in a liberal arts curriculum setting. We also want to see within that context piece, what did you take advantage of at your school? Meaning if your school offers things like AP coursework or IB curriculum, perhaps some college credits, we want to see have you taken a sampling of that. Conversely, if your school does not offer some of these traditional forms of rigor, we want to see what did you take advantage of and how are you performing within the context of your school environment and what was offered to you. Those sort of things are just not covered in a standard GPA. So we want to make sure that when looking at every applicant, we have a level playing field. Another part of this process is looking at your test scores, if you choose to submit them to us. We are a test optional institution, meaning that you hold the cards, whether you want us to see your test scores or not. If you feel like your test scores are reflective of who you are as a student, submit them. We'd be happy to look at them. However, many students feel as though their test scores are not a strong indication of who they are as a student, in which case, don't submit them. The choice is 100% up to you, and we are happy to evaluate you as a student either way, with or without test scores. Another critical part of the process is the essay. The college essay is something that all students will submit when applying to Colorado College. First of all, you'll need to submit a personal essay. Now the personal essay might be different depending on how you choose to apply to Colorado College. We accept the Common Application, the Coalition Application, as well as the QuestBridge application for all students who are applying to CC. And for every one of those different types of applications, there might be a different essay prompt that you'll need to complete. All students applying to Colorado College will complete 2 supplemental essays. The first of which is why Colorado College? We know we're in a unique location with a really distinct approach to our academics. So we want to hear actually more about you in this essay and what your potential fit to campus might look like. We want to see exactly have you thought about our community and have you thought about what sort of things you might find yourself involved with in our community. The second essay that we have you write about is for you to design your own block. If you had 3.5 weeks to design your own unique intellectual adventure, what would that class look like? Hopefully by now you have a bit of a better sense as to what class looks like on the block plan, and that you're not bound to 4 walls and a chalkboard each and every day. So what would your class look like? What topic would you cover? We want to see in both of these essays, as well as your personal essay, a little bit of your interest and intellect, but also a lot of you. We're trying to make decisions about students, and so we want to see who you are as best as you can. You're given very little real estate on a college application to tell us who you are beyond your transcript. This is your opportunity. We also care to see the different things that you involve yourself in currently. Over the last couple of years, I'm sure you've been involved in a lot of different things, from athletics to theater and music to work to all sorts of different things in between. We want to see what have you done within your school and local communities that make you stand out as an applicant. For a lot of students, they might not feel that this section is very important, but it really does help us determine exactly what sort of things you might be interested in doing here at CC. And don't get too caught up if you haven't quite found a passion yet. You'll have plenty of time to work on that over the next 4 years and your entire life. We just want to see how have you challenged yourself? How have you tried new things? Are you looking to find a passion? Those are the sort of things that we really get from your list of activities and accomplishments. In our process, we're also going to ask for 2 academic letters of recommendation. Now feel free to add other letters of recommendation if you'd like, but we want to really focus on a couple teachers that can talk about your grit, your ability to succeed even when things are challenging within the classroom, because that's what college is all about. So it might be tempting to go ask the teacher where you had an easy A in the classroom, but we'd encourage you actually to find a couple teachers that maybe you had to overcome an early poor grade. Maybe you had to deal with some challenge. Those teachers are going to talk a lot more about how you were able to succeed despite some challenges that you were met with. Now, interviewing with CC is optional, but highly encouraged. We do offer several different opportunities for students to engage with our students on campus through an interview. More often than not, it is a student fellow, someone that works in our office that's usually a senior, to sit down and have a one-on-one chat, just to get a sense of who you are. We also do offer interviews for us traveling staff. We do hit most major cities in the United States throughout a given year, as well as several other locations across the globe. And chances are, if we don't make it into your city, we probably have an alumni volunteer willing to conduct an interview with you in person at some time. Beyond all of that, we also offer virtual interviews. So if you just can't get to campus or we can't get to you, we still want to give you an opportunity to chat with us, to engage with us. And really, when it comes to the interview, even though we have all these different opportunities, we want to reiterate that it is optional. We know that not every student can get to campus, but we really feel it's beneficial for you as a student to sit down and have a chat with us. It's a great way to show that you're interested and engaged in CC, and it's a great way to make a connection with our campus community. A big part of how we determine context is based on the counselor evaluation and that report that they provide for us. It comes with a profile from your school, which allows us to know what classes you've taken and what sort of things were offered to you. So we encourage you to make a connection with your counselor, start building that relationship so that information is as accurate as possible and it's well reflected within your application. We are a highly selective institution, meaning that each year we're having to make really tough decisions about several of our applicants. In order for you to determine what the best track for you to apply is, we want to give you all the info. So you should know that our overall admit rate is about 13.5%. However, depending on how you choose to apply, that number could adjust slightly. We offer early decision, early action, and regular action in our application process, meaning you have both binding and non-binding opportunities to apply to CC. Through our binding early decision options, students can commit to CC before ever receiving an admission decision. Because of that, we tend to admit at a bit of a higher rate. We want to make sure that we're building a class of students who want to be here. There's no better way for you to tell us that you're going to be here than by applying early decision. And because of that, we tend to admit at a bit of a higher rate. Last year, our admit rate for students who applied early decision was about 29% in comparison to our 13.5% overall admit rate. We also offer early action, which allows you to express an early interest without committing yourself to the institution. Last year, we admitted about 16% of students who applied early action. We also offer regular action, which works similarly to early action, but it comes a little later in our process. Because regular action occurs last in our process, we tend to have lower admit rates, last year of about 4%. Regardless of how you choose to apply, if you're applying for financial aid, we do require all financial aid documentation to be submitted by the deadline of your choice. The deadlines are easy to remember as there are just 2 dates. For early decision 1 and for early action, it's November 1st. For early decision 2 and regular action, it's January 15th. Thanks for watching part 3 of 4 in this series. If you have any questions or would like to reach out to our office, please contact us at admission@coloradocollege.edu. And I'd encourage you to take the next step by visiting our website at coloradocollege.edu/admission. Thanks for tuning in, and we'll see you next time.